Okay, so Riot just dropped all the new changes and items of Season 14. Let's take a look at some of the new items that I think is going to be playable for Swain. First, I want to say there are so much new stuff that Swain can pick, and it's probably going to be really confusing on what to build. So since I haven't played hundreds of games of Season 14, I'm just going to dive into first-hand impressions on a lot of the items. And after that, I'm just going to make some lo-fi edits of some PvE games I've played. Everything will be timestamped. Hope you enjoy. Okay guys, so I'm now in practice 2. Let's take a look at some of the items. The first item I really notice is the new Malignance. This is kind of like a substitute for Liandry's, I think. It gives around basically the same stats, but it also gives 20% haste on your ultimate, and it creates a damaging field under the enemy when you hit them with ultimate. I think this item might be really strong with Swain, as you can see, it keeps proccing at all times, and just creates this zone under them that like it does a lot of damage. And it also reduces the magic resist, so it synergizes really well with Abyssal Mask and Stork Shoes. We also have the new Ludens, which is now basically called Caster's Companion. It's like the same stats as Ludens. It doesn't have Magic Pen, but it charges up these shots up to maximum of 6 charges. And when you use a spell on an enemy, it procs all the shots, right? So it's kind of like Ludens. If you want to go like full burst, maybe you go Caster's Companion into like Stormsurge, which is another item that should be really good on if you want to go like full burst Swain. And then the new Shadowflame, which they changed it, so it does critical strike damage to champions that are below 35% HP. So I could definitely see like if you want to go like a Swain burst build, put up into these 3 items, you should probably be really good, right? It does do a lot of damage. See how much like crit, right? Like a crit on anyone that's very low. I could definitely see these 3 items becoming like a build together. They also changed Liandry's, so now Haunting Guise is back in the game. This item I think is really good with Swain, because it stacks up damage percent over time. And Swain likes really long fights, right? And the new Liandry's, I've gotten this question a lot. I've been asked like, what do you think about Liandry's now that it doesn't give mana, right? But I actually think this is really good, because this will give now 300 HP and the same AP, and you actually get a really good burn. You also get the Suffering passive from the Haunting Guise, right? So you get, again, amped damage over time in long fights. The reason I think it's good that it doesn't give mana is you usually don't want too many mana items, right? So let's say you already built Malignance. It's not good that if Liandry's also had the mana, because you don't want 1200 mana. It's simply just overkill. It's too much on Swain. You don't want that. This is way better. So it's gonna open up like more build paths. But at the same time, I'm not sure if Liandry's will be like a first item on Swain. It's really hard to tell because the patch hasn't been live for long, right? And this is very anti-tank, it seems like, because it doesn't have like a flat burn anymore. But honestly, who knows? Another item I think sounds really interesting is the new Riftmaker. It now has Haunting Guise in its build path. It's way better than the old Leeching Leer. Leeching Leer build path was so terrible, okay? Old Riftmaker had such a bad build path. It felt very bad. And now that it's not a mythic, you know, you can play it without limiting your mythic options. There will be no more mythics in Season 14. It has Haunting Guise, which I think is really good. This build path seems really nice. And it now amps up damage, up to 10% increased damage. And once you get that max stacks, you then get 6% Omnivamp on Swain. And it also has the old Demonic Embrace. By the way guys, Demonic Embrace was removed in Season 14. But now it's on Riftmaker, right? So you get ability power for your bonus HP. And considering there's bonus HP on Liandry's now, also, there are like bonus HP on Cosmic Drive, right? This could give a lot more. And now I think they also changed, by the way guys, is how Omnivamp works. How it worked before was that on AoE spells, Omnivamp was less efficient. So that made it really useless on Swain, because it would basically heal you nothing. Because all your spells are AoE, right? Like your ultimate would heal very little. But now it's gonna heal at 100% efficiency. So now I could definitely see Riftmaker be valuable on Swain. So you just, you know, just get more damage and you're gonna start to heal more. They also changed Zhonya's Hourglass First of all, they made it a lot more expensive, but now it gives 120 AP. And Seeker's Arm Guard is actually gonna be a real component now. Before, what was really annoying about buying Zhonya's is that you had to buy kind of like stopwatch early, and 750 gold for an item that has no stats at all. It's kind of tough, right? But now it's built into Seeker, so it's gonna be much easier to apply, right? It gives a lot more AP. Is this gonna be mandatory on Swain? I'm not sure. It's really hard to tell yet. But they also changed one of my favorite items, Cosmic Drive. They gave it less AP and they added health to it. It has same price, but now it actually has... They also gave it a less ability haste, but they changed its spell dance passive effect. And I'll show you what it does now. Before, you had to attack an enemy and they would stack up for 4 seconds. And then you would get like your big movement speed, right? But now you just hit the enemy and then for 2 seconds you have... Look, it scales with level, right? So it scales from 25 to 60 movement speed. So once you just hit the enemy, let's say you're in alternate range, you'll just keep refreshing. This is actually really nice, I feel like, for Swain, because you don't have to stack it up anymore. You just get in their range and you're just super fast instantly. The health is also fine, and now since you don't have to build a mythic, maybe you could even go for like Cosmic Drive first item, who knows? I tried a build because I have like a theory. You could like skip boots and go Cosmic Drive only. Like, you know, first item Cosmic Drive and then you wouldn't have to go boots. Because you get the first item around level 8. And at level 8, Cosmic Drive gives like 39 movement speed. Meaning it's almost tier 2 boots on the item if you are like in combat, right? And this would also save you. Like imagine you get your spike 1000 gold quicker, right? Maybe that's a play, who knows? I'll do some more cooking in the kitchen. A really big change they also made for mages is Amp Tome is now finally at 400 gold. This will make it rival Longsword Power Spike way more. This is really nice for mages and I really like it for Swain. There are so many times when you recall in base that you just have enough gold like for 400 gold. You need it at like 35 and then you have to wait and it's really awkward. This is really nice change. They also made a change to Rod of Ages. It's now 100 gold cheaper. It has a different build path, there's not an Amp Tome here like before. But now it gives 10 less AP, 100 less mana, 100 less HP. And then they removed one of the passives, the one where you had to, you know, you gain 200 charge and then you would get like a movement speed buff. They still kept the level though, that's really interesting. But it's really hard to tell yet if this item will be meta on Swain, like as a first item, right? I still think Rod of Ages is a really good item and the level is really underrated. But there are simply so much good stuff now. So many different options. So who knows, we just need to do some more testing. I thought about if Super Server build is dead. But actually, if you look at it, they also, by the way, they made Lucidity boost 50 gold cheaper, but they removed 5 ability haste. But look now also what they changed. They changed Frozen Heart. Before it was 2700 gold. Now it's only 2300 gold. And then they removed 20 armor. But I think getting 400 less gold on the item is way more valuable. Look how cheap this is, man. It's really dirt cheap, this build now. And especially, they didn't change Abyssal Mask at all. I'm actually kind of shocked because this item is so strong. So you can get a really, really cheap Super Server build this season. I've calculated the price. And by the way, they removed Gargoyles, rest in peace. Will be missed. But they've changed Jak'Sho to be very similar to the old Gargoyles. Because now it just gives 50 armor, 50 magic resist. So it was kind of like the old Gargoyles that gave 60 armor, 60 magic resist. But now it stacks up in fights. And once you're at 5 stacks, it increases your bonus resistances by 30%. So let's take a look at a fight down here. If I just quickly stack this up, look at my armor now. With 2 stacks, 3 stacks, 4 stacks, 5 stacks, right? Look, we are 250 and 230 magic resist. That's actually a lot, right? And this build is 700 gold cheaper than the previous Super Server build, right? And it's kind of similar. You get a few less stats from like the items like Rod of Ages. Frozen Heart gives a little less armor, right? But I don't think it's that bad. But again, I still need to do some testing and see if it's as strong as before, right? Those are like the mage items that I think are most interesting on Swain. There are still even more stuff they introduced, right? Stuff like, you know, they changed Proto build. Maybe you could do like a crazy build for that. Morello is down a lot of gold. Look, 2200 gold. They also changed stuff like Horizon Focus. Banshee's Veil is now 120 AP, right? There's a lot of changes, but the ones I went over are the most, probably gonna impact Swain the most. But another thing that Swain benefits a lot from is tank items. And this new item, Unending Despair, actually sounds really interesting also. As an item against armor comps, what it does is after 7 seconds in combat, just like the old Jak'Sho, after 7 seconds it drains the enemy nearby champs. For HP you can see. 300 HP, I mean it's not that bad, and it scales with 3% bonus HP. So you could imagine later in the game when you have 5000 HP, this drain actually might not be that bad, okay? I could definitely see this working, and you could probably do some really cool builds with it. But we'll have to see how good this is. It's really still really hard to tell. They changed a lot of the other tank items as well, since now as I said before, right, look, Frozen Heart, man. This is 500 gold cheaper and gives more armor, and it gives like the reduced, you know, damage from auto attacks, and it gives, you know, less attack speed. This still might be better, right? Even more haste. So again, it's really hard to say. It also depends on how many times you can get this off, right? If you could get it off like 3 times in a 20-second long fight, that could be really strong. But it's really hard to tell. It depends on so many factors. But yeah, again, Abyssal is still really strong. Frozen Heart is now even better, I would say. Jak'Sho is the new gargoyles. This item is gonna be really nice against the split damage comps, I can already tell. Especially when you have some resistances. So if you have like, if you buy Abyssal Frozen Heart, man, imagine Abyssal Frozen Heart is only 4700 gold, man. For like 2 defensive items that gives you insane value in armor and magic resist. If you just buy these 2 items, man, you are stacked on resistances. And it gives so good effects as well, right? And then if you finish it off with a Jak'Sho, right, you get, this is like the ultimate resistance, 3 items. It's really good and it's very cheap. Another tank item that actually could sound interesting is this new item called Kaenic Rookern. Okay, I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but the part of it is, first of all, it's really nice to build, as it has Negatron Cloak in it, really good component. Also, they changed, by the way, Jak'Sho, now it's Negatron. It's perfect. But the thing about this item is it gives 80 magic resist. That's really high. It's not as much as Abyssal when you stand close to people. It's also 500 gold more expensive. But it does give you a magic shield that is 20% of your maximum health. So this is actually gonna be a lot. If you just let's just try for like, let's just put some items in our inventory, right? Let's say we buy this. Let's just pick some random items. Let's just say we build this as our build, okay? And then we have like 20 stacks, okay? But we actually get a really big shield. If you have 5000 HP, man, then you would get a 1000 HP magic shield. So imagine if they have 4 AP champs. Let's say you just don't buy Frozen Heart, you get Abyssal and Kaenic. This would make you truly unstoppable. And it's really good against poke, right? Because the shield will recharge if you don't take damage for 12 seconds, right? So if you're against like Seraph, 6, Lux, stuff like that, right? Where you need a big magic shield, and this will recharge. So they can't really poke you down in the same way. So really interesting items, guys. I'm really looking forward to this next season and what it brings. An item I actually forgot to mention is the new Force of Nature. It will now be able to give 125 magic resist, actually becoming the highest magic resist item in the game when fully stacked, even more than Abyssal Mask. It's of course still more expensive, but it will also give a lot of movement speed, and I can definitely see this working. If the enemy comp has a lot of AP, you could go this and Abyssal and you would actually be unkillable. Also, the map changes are amazing, guys. I love this new map, and I think it's really nice, especially for mid lane here. Because imagine when you are lane, it's really harder to get ganked now. Because if I just put a ward, I could even put it here, right? And then if I just hover towards this side, man, look how open mid is. Like, they're not gonna be able to, jungle is not gonna be able to gank me from bot side, right? If he shows, I can just run up here, wrap around, right? I can just hover to this one side with ward. Another thing I think is really gonna be broken, man, is when you are ahead in lane and you can just keep having mid prior, right? You push the wave. Look how easy it's gonna be to wrap around bot. You can just run down bot and wrap around here. Like, they're never gonna be able to react to this roam here. Especially if you just, you know, push the wave here, instantly run down, Enemy probably hasn't pinged you yet. Maybe he pings you now. You can already pop Ghost now. You just run behind them, zone them off with W. Like, they cannot react to this roam. Unless they are on voice comms, right? So on solo queue, man, you could just... If you just keep pushing mid and keep running bot like this, you could probably get double kill all the time. And just snowball the game like crazy. I feel like there's so much good stuff for Swain. Also, look at this area, man. It's so grouped here. Like, Swain ult is broken here, man. She can just perfectly front to back. Also up on Baron. The Baron map can now change depending on what Baron it is. So I think the map changes are really positive. I'm really a big fan. I think the items are awesome. Really good changes to major items. I think it's all really awesome. But now I think I'll just hop on some games, try out some items, put some lo-fi in the background, and I hope you guys will just chill. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the next season. It's gonna be amazing.
A petty squabble for petty I often kill in my visions.